Maybe this message is not a coincidence. Maybe at this very moment you are tired. Maybe you have been making dua for a long time, yet nothing seems to change. Maybe deep inside your heart you are wondering, is Allah listening to me? Now let me ask you something. What if Allah is about to fulfill a promise in your life, but you are standing at the most difficult part of the journey? What if the delay you are experiencing right now is not rejection, but preparation? Because the truth is very clear. Allah never breaks His promise. The Quran repeatedly reminds us that Allah's promise is true. Not sometimes, not occasionally, always. But here is where many people misunderstand something very important. We think Allah's promise means immediate results. We make dua today, and we expect change tomorrow. But Allah's promises often unfold in 3 stages. First comes the test, then comes the waiting, then comes the transformation. And most people quit during the waiting. Today, in this long and powerful reflection, we will explore a question that might change the way you see your life. Why does Allah delay certain blessings? Why do some believers reach a point where everything feels impossible? And why do many people give up, just moments before Allah's promise arrives? But be careful, because some parts of this message may shake your heart. Some parts may confront your fears, and some parts may reveal a reality that many people are not ready to hear. So stay with me, because by the end of this journey, you might realize something extraordinary. You may realize that what you are going through right now might be the final stage before Allah's promise reaches you. Now we begin. Act 1. When Allah seems silent, imagine this. You make dua every day. You pray at night. You ask Allah for guidance, relief, or success. Days pass, months pass, and nothing seems to happen. This is where many believers face a dangerous thought. They begin to think, maybe my dua is not accepted. But let me ask you something. What if Allah has already accepted your dua, but you are not ready yet for what you asked? The Quran teaches us that Allah does not change the condition of a people until they change what is within themselves. Think about that for a moment. Sometimes Allah is not delaying the blessing. He is preparing the person who will receive it. Because if the blessing comes before the preparation, it may destroy the person instead of elevating them. Now here is a small question. Have you ever waited for food in a microwave and felt impatient after just 30 seconds? Yes. We live in a world where people struggle to wait even half a minute, yet we question Allah's plan after a few months of waiting. Does that really make sense? Allah's timeline is not the same as ours. The Quran reminds us that a day with Allah can be like 1,000 years in human calculation. So the real question becomes this: what if your dua is scheduled to be answered at the exact moment when you are about to lose hope? This is where the story becomes deeper. Act 2. When the test becomes harder. If you look at history, you will notice a pattern. Almost every prophet faced a moment where everything looked hopeless, but that moment was never the end. It was the turning point. Allah often prepares people for great blessings through great tests. Why? Because a small heart cannot carry a big destiny. Let me ask you something. If every single thing you asked Allah for was given to you today, would you be able to handle it? Sometimes the blessing we are asking for could actually harm us if it arrives too early. And that is why Allah sometimes protects us, by delaying what we want. But this is also where Shaitan launches his strongest attack. He whispers thoughts like, nothing is changing. Your dua is pointless. Maybe Allah has forgotten you. But let me ask you a powerful question. If Shaitan is trying so hard to make you give up, could it be because you are closer to something big? Shaitan does not waste energy on people who have already lost. He attacks those who are close to victory, and this brings us to the most critical moment. Act 3. The final test before relief. This is the stage where many people feel completely exhausted. You may feel like every door is closed. You may feel like you have tried everything. But here is a fascinating reality. Throughout history, Allah's help often arrives at the moment when everything looks impossible. Why? Because at that moment it becomes clear that the help came only from Allah. Now let me ask you something very serious. Have you ever noticed that many people quit right before success? They struggle for years, they stay patient for a long time, and then suddenly they give up. But what if they had continued just a little longer? What if they made a few more sincere du'as? What if they cried in sujood just a few more nights? Their entire story might have changed. This is one of the greatest tragedies of human life. Many people abandon their path just moments before Allah's promise unfolds. Act 4. When Allah's promise arrives, Allah says in the Quran that Allah never fails in His promise. This is not simply a comforting statement, it is a divine guarantee. But Allah's promises are connected to certain qualities: patience, trust in Allah, and unwavering faith. The person who continues making dua in darkness, the person who continues believing even when everything looks uncertain, the person who refuses to give up on Allah eventually reaches a moment where everything becomes clear. They look back at their life and realize something powerful. Every delay had a purpose. Every test was preparation. Every tear was part of a greater plan. And suddenly they understand that Allah was never ignoring them. Allah was guiding them the entire time. So now let me ask you one final question. What if the stage you are in right now is the final stage before Allah's promise appears in your life? Will you give up? Or will you stay patient just a little longer? Because you might be much closer than you think. If this message touched your heart, you are welcome to share your thoughts in the comment section. You can respectfully share your reflections, your experiences, or even the du'as you are making in your life. Your words might inspire someone else who is struggling silently. And if you would like to listen to more powerful Islamic reflections that strengthen faith and bring hearts closer to Allah, consider subscribing to this channel. This channel is dedicated to reminders that help believers reflect, stay strong, and move closer to Allah. May Allah strengthen our faith, accept our du'as, and allow us to witness the fulfillment of His beautiful promises in our lives.